Hey everybody, it's Wade with 365 Thermal, and today I'm going to be doing a full review on the new AGM Adder V2 LRF 60-1280. This is going to be one of the new 1280 scopes that just came out in 2025, and a lot of similar features to some of the other ones in the market, and we're going to go over some similarities and differences that AGM offers compared to the other ones. Alright guys, getting right into it. As I said, there's several different models now this year. That's kind of the new big thing in 2025, that several manufacturers came out with 1280 resolution optics. All of them except for one that I know of. For the main manufacturers are tube style optics like this. The exception is going to be the AGM Evolver. It is the only, quote, compact style scope that is not a tube style. This is going to be a tube style scope, takes 30 millimeter rings. Again, it is a 60 millimeter objective lens there. You can see the LRF in the front, and 1280 resolution. Now there are several others from other manufacturers on the market right now. This still gets right up there with the best of them. Priced a little bit less than most, I will say, and that's a great option for AGM. That's one of the things that they keep going on strong, bringing quality optics at an affordable price. Now you're going to look at this and you're going to be like, well, I don't think that $7,000 is affordable, but somebody that's in the market for a 1280 resolution optic doesn't necessarily care as much about the price as they do the quality. So they're going to want something, best of the best. That's where they're at. They use it all the time. They want great videos and a great quality optic that's going to have a lot of durability. And these guys, they give it to you. One of my favorite functions or quality characteristics I will say about this optic before I get into the specs is that it does have 2 lithium-ion batteries internally, and it also takes the 18650s that you can swap in and out. That is probably my favorite battery system across all optics. I don't care who makes them, all manufacturers. I think an internal battery, paired with an 18650 is probably the best way to go. It gives you the opportunity to be able to have your optic charged and pop 18650s, in and out, or, have it charged or charging while having 18650s that are charged, however you want to look at it there. It's just easier to be prepared, right? Kind of like a backup to your backup. And I just feel that it does a lot better. It'll give you a lot more runtime. This guy is good for 9 hours runtime with the LRF on, and I think that's like standard operating temperature around 60 degrees or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So that's quite a bit of runtime, and of course then you could just pop 18650s in and out of it, call it a day, get a lot more runtime out of it. That being said, I'm just going to go ahead and go through the menus here, or I should say, not the menus, the the overall components on your optic. I used one of the original model AGM Adders when they first came out for several years. Loved it. Still an awesome scope. It was one of my backups, and I just got rid of it this year. And just awesome optics. So V2s, I was looking forward to them coming out, but I'll give you guys the rundown. So right here, you're going to have your eye cup, of course. You can take it off if you want. Inside, you're going to have your little screen there that's not quite so little. It is a 1.03 inch screen, and that is a 2560 by 2560 screen. And if you've heard me do a couple other reviews, you know that is similar to at least one other one. Here, you're going to have your picture and video button. This one right here is going to be for your LRF, and then you have your power button right here. It also does a standby. You got your menu button up top here, and your scroll wheel also. Battery is going to be right here. This is for your 18650 on this side. And then you've got your USB-C port right here on the side, right down from your buttons. And of course, I've already showed you this, but here it is again, that great big 60 millimeter objective lens with the built-in LRF. Again, probably another one of my favorite features that a lot of manufacturers are going to is having the LRF built into the objective lens. It gets it out of the way. I think it looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing. covered by your lens cap. There's just a lot of great features and functions that kind of all pair up with that. And then you have your front diopter focus here as well. And that's pretty much just the rundown, guys. Very, very simple optic to use. Again, I've used it for, well, the original model for several years. This one being a 1280, I can assure you is a wonderful, wonderful upgrade. I don't have any real bad things to say about it. Something I still don't like. I will say if you accidentally hold the power button a little too long, whenever you're trying to put it on standby, you will accidentally shut it off. And it has a long countdown timer on it. So it does have a 5-second timer on it. And that would probably be my only real big downside on this. And again, it's something silly and minor. You don't have to put your scope in standby if you don't want to. Some people do, some people don't. I do. A lot of times at the beginning of my stand, I'll turn on my scope, have it on standby as I'm walking out and everything, get set up, and I don't pop it on until I see something that I want to shoot typically. So that's just me. That's personal preference, of course. You could do whatever you would like. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and read through the specs here so I do not miss anything. And there is a lot of function and features on this bad boy. So going through the specifications, we've got shot activated recording, SAR. That is also RAV, formerly known for other people, so recoil activated recording. That's going to be video from whatever you shoot. It will record back so many seconds prior to the shot, showing your shot. If you want reliable video and you're somebody that wants videos for content, I would suggest you getting used to actually hitting that record button, again, right here. Hitting that record button on your scope as soon as you see whatever the animal, object, if you're target shooting, whatever, as soon as you're wanting to record for your content or whatever, or even if you're just getting B-roll with your thermal optic, hit your record button and let that record the whole way through. You'll get a lot longer videos. There'll be a lot more quality. You won't miss, something cool that it missed, that it didn't catch prior to the shot and or after the shot, for that fact. So the option is available. I wouldn't rely on it. I would get used to pressing the button manually and doing it that way. You'll get a lot more out of it. Max recoil is going to be 1,000 G. I don't even know what that says. G.4 ms. I'm not sure how you actually rate that, but that's what it says. Sorry. I don't know what that is. Whatever that is, that's how it is, guys. I don't know what that would be similar to. Frame rate is going to be 25 hertz. It does have ballistic calculator, 3,100 meter detection range. It does have several different color palette options. You have black hot, white hot, red hot, fusion, red monochrome, and green monochrome. Dimensions. It is roughly 17.8 inches in length, 3.7 by 3.2 for the up and down and left and right. That'll be probably measured at the widest points being your turrets. Let's see. It does have distance measurement, picture-in-picture. It does have a hotspot, video and audio recording. It is a 2.5 base mag, okay, and that goes on up to 28x. And another great thing that I like about this, again, it does not do a ×2 whenever you zoom. So you can use your scroll wheel on top, and you'll zoom it up in 0.5 increments. I think that's a wonderful option. So I really enjoy the scopes and binoculars that go in, 0.1 or 0.5 options for your zoom. It breaks down your resolution a lot less. It'll give you a much better picture quality, and it does give you that happy medium, because sometimes, if you're jumping from, say, a 3x to a 6x, that's going to be overkill, and it just, completely distorts your image quality. And maybe you only needed to go from like a 3 to a 4, and it would look extremely better. So that's just how I feel about it. Again, something that I feel is a wonderful option. Let's see. Image center is going to be a VOX uncooled focal plane arrays. Does have standby mode, as I said. The resolution is a 1280 by 1024. It has the built-in laser rangefinder into the objective lens, as I showed you guys. It is rated up to 1,000 meters and a plus or minus 1 meter accuracy. That's pretty common. Again, awesome. Let's see. NETD is sub 18 millikelvin. Standard mounting of 30 millimeter rings. I've already said that as well. It does have hot track. The display screen, again, is a 2560 by 2560. That is a 1.03 inch OLED screen. That's this big bad boy in there. Onboard video recording, spoke about that. You can also do a snapshot with that as well. Battery type, again, something that I loved about it and already spoke. 2 rechargeable lithium ion batteries, internal, that's not one, yes, it is 2. And 1 replaceable and rechargeable 18650 lithium battery. And then again, it does say 9 hours of continuous running at 25 degrees Celsius with the LRF on. So there's that. The power supply is 5 volt DC, 2 amp, USB-C interface, and operating temperature minus 30 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius, or for most of us Americans, minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. It weighs just over 2 pounds, and it does have the IP67 rating, which is the waterproof rating for 3 foot for 30 minutes. And that is pretty much it on the specs, guys. A lot of wonderful features on this. I love that they keep upgrading everything every year. You know, you get some people that are like, I want to buy a new scope. I want to just buy once and not have to upgrade. But I'm afraid that as soon as I buy something, they're going to come out with the next big thing. And I promise you, every year they're going to try to come out with the next big thing. So get something that you can afford, that's within your budget, that's going to be a great optic. Look at 365thermal.shop. Give me a call, 309-333-2044. I'd be happy to help you guys. And I promise you, something of this caliber is going to be an optic you do not have to upgrade from for a very long time. You take care of it, you treat it good, it'll treat you good, just as good on the way back. So they have a 5-year manufacturer warranty if anything goes wrong. I haven't heard of any real bad, issues with anybody with these scopes at all, so I don't think that'll be a problem for you anyways. But you do have that availability if you need it. That being said, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time, appreciate your business. Feel free to subscribe to this channel and follow 365 Thermal across all different social platforms. Thanks for watching.